James.
And I'm Krista.
And this is SCAC 8 and 8. And today, we are in San Antonio, Texas. And today we are at Trinity University. And it's hot. Woo!
Catch.
Alright folks, this is SCAC 8 and 8 and we got a special guest here. It is the Trinity University men's soccer coach, head coach Paul McGinley. Coach McGinley, thank you so much for joining us as we are on the campus of Trinity University today.
Welcome to our place.
Well, tell us a little bit. I mean, your team, you can see in the signage back there, the 2003 national champions. Ever since you've been here, you've built quite a program. How have you been able to do it? Well,
I was told a long time ago, if you want to have a good program, get good players. And if you want to have a great program, get great players. So in our efforts to recruit players domestically and internationally, we've tended to go after the very best we can. We don't get them all. Most of the kids that we lose, we're going to lose to some Division I programs, not too often to fellow Division III programs. So we're getting great players. And over the years, our success in recruiting has led to being able to build some great teams.
Now tell me a little bit, you're originally from England, correct?
Correct.
Now, I know in England they ended up knighting Sir Alex Ferguson. They've knighted a few guys. Have they contacted you about
I haven't heard
knighting
anything
you
about it yet. I've kept my phone open for Buckingham Palace, but I've yet to get that call from the Queen.
Oh, you have to get a call. Well, we're telling you, Queen. We got somebody here in San Antonio, Texas. You know, Sir Paul McGinley has a nice little ring to it. You know, don't you think?
I do like the sound of that.
It does sound nice, doesn't it? But now tell us, when was the field named after you? You know, usually it's Memorial, but thankfully it's not that case.
I don't know. Maybe there was a few people hoping. I don't know. It was dedicated around a ceremony in September of 2011 at a joint ceremony. Tim Isom was one of our great players in the late 1999-2000 era, and unfortunately passed away with a brain aneurysm. And there was such a groundswell to have his name permanently memorialized on campus, and the alumni felt that something as grand as this, as the player seating area and press box, would be a great monument to Tim. And at the same time, Dr. Olberg, our university president, at the same banquet announced that from September onwards, the games at Trinity would be played on Paul McGinley Field. So it was a huge surprise. It was certainly not something that you ever think about, but I'm certainly very accepting of the honor.
And I mean, tell me, when you hear Paul McGinley Field, does it kind of hit you a little bit? That like, wow, this field's named after me. Like,
I think it's going to carry more weight, you know, in future years.
Right.
But on a daily basis, just to come down, it's you know, I sometimes get a chuckle when I see it. I told our athletic director Bob King it probably should be neon lights, you know, 5 foot by 6 foot, but we decided against that and just traditional bronze signage. But it's been an enormous honor. I mean, the university has been so supportive of our program for a couple of decades now, under 3 university presidents. And Bob King, our athletic director, is supportive of all sports, and without that, you know, we can't be that successful.
Tell me a little bit about this playing area, about this facility. You know, it's state of the art. I think one of the best we've seen at a Division III campus for sure. Just tell us what you've been able to add on. You know, we're talking a little bit off camera, and just tell us about this great field.
Yeah, it's I think as a playing environment for student athletes, not just Trinity players, but players coming in to play Trinity. It's a tremendous facility. It's a full-size soccer field, Bermuda grass, seating for 1,500, high definition cables underneath for internet footage, for covering the games on the internet, and the player seating area and press box that allows us to host NCAA championship games, which we always hope for on an annual basis. So it's but again, without our university and their support, it just wouldn't be possible. But it has been built on the backs of 2 decades of players since I arrived in 1991, and everyone has a small part to play in this, including our alumni that came back this weekend, and in particular the 2003 group that was inducted into the University Hall of Fame this weekend. So it was a pretty special event.
And you just kind of led right into my next question. Did you know that was coming or something? Did you know I was going to ask that next? You reading my mind?
Well, no, I didn't know that. But we are current. This is Monday. It happened on Saturday.
Yeah.
It was a major celebration. We had such a high return of players from the 22 that played in the championship game up at Drew in New Jersey, and everyone was just remarking about how quickly time flies. You know, players, there's so much of them that changes, and there's so much that stays the same. And our gathering on Saturday evening in celebration of the induction was just a tremendous social opportunity 10 years after graduation.
Well, you've built such a great program. It's a great facility, obviously, here in San Antonio. The women will be playing a little bit later tonight here as we are here with SCAC 8 and 8. Just kind of fill me in on the future of Trinity soccer. I mean, obviously, I know you want to continue to compete at a high level, and what are some of the other future plans for Trinity soccer?
Well, it's always to try and first off win locally, take care of the conference championship on an annual basis, and that allows us now the NCAA tournament bid. But failing that, hopefully our regional record is strong enough that we would be considered for an at-large in the event that we would lose the conference championship. Never the plan. So annually, since the championship's available, that's what we try and set our sights on. Although we've been successful with getting to 9 Final Eights in the last 13 years, which is a major achievement in itself, that elusive gold trophy is hard to come by. And we've had some great teams that didn't get there. So the last team to get to the national championship game was 2007. 23-0, having beaten Messiah in the semi-final game, and only to lose to Middlebury College on penalties. It was a heartbreaker. But we've been there a few times, and our goal now in 2013 is trying to get back there.
Let me ask you this, we'll get you out on this. The 2003 team, as you mentioned, was on campus this past weekend. Did they have any words for the current players and the future players, as a team that has reached the #1 status in the nation and has one of those gold trophies sitting in the Bell Center?
Yeah, we had the opportunity for our captains to attend the banquet that evening, and there was social interaction following the induction in the Bell Center with our current squad and all the players that came back. So to see the conversation between the two groups, one have achieved it and one are trying to achieve it. They weren't short of passing on some nuggets of information to our current players.
Well, Paul, we hate that we're going to miss you today. That it's only the women playing, but we are excited to see the women play. But we thank you so much for joining us. You've built quite an amazing program, and clearly you've had some great players, because you are definitely one of the great coaches in our conference. And so we thank you again for joining us.
Great, thank you, and welcome to campus.
Now this is SCAC 8 and 8, and we have this gentleman next to me. Tell me, what is your name?
It's James Hill. It is, really. Yeah, I promise.
James Hill.
That is correct, sir.
Do you know what my name is?
I believe it's James Hill.
Now, James.
I am James Hill. I am, too, and
Are you the real James Hill?
Well, you probably are too, but we're both real, you know. So.
James, am I talking to me right now?
Well, I hope you won't weigh as much as me, and I hope you keep your hair, you know, if you do. But yeah, you know, we're both interested in sports information and writing and announcing. We both are.
Yeah,
so yeah, could be. Yeah.
Yeah, this could be the future James Hill.
It could be. Yeah.
You could actually be me. Just, you know, what am I? 24/7. Just about 30 years later,
Yeah,
30, 35 years
that's
later.
True. That's absolutely
So,
right,
so
yeah.
what's my future look like, James Hill? What is the younger James Hill looking
I think
like?
the younger James Hill is going to do great, working for an outstanding commissioner, Dwayne Hanbury. I have a great boss, Bob King, here at Trinity University, too, by the way, athletic director. But I think with the SCAC, you're going to go far. Believe me, you'll be fine.
Wow. I feel like I'm talking to myself right now.
Yeah.
This is wonderful.
Absolutely.
Folks, we've been talking to James Hill. He is one of the assistants here at Trinity University. And James, thank you so much for taking the time.
It's my pleasure. I just want to tell everyone, when you have two James Hills together, you cannot go wrong, right, James Hill?
You cannot go wrong.
He has captured 3 SCAC championships and advanced 3 times to the NCAA tournament. And these outstanding student athletes maintain better than a cumulative 3.5 grade point average. Now let's recognize each of the 4 Tiger seniors along with their #1 fans, their moms and dads. First, Tara Sparks of McAllen, Texas. Tara attended
The Trinity University women's soccer team busted out their pink uniforms and pink ball as they are celebrating Breast Cancer Awareness Month and got ready for their senior night against Our Lady of the Lake. Let's check out some of the highlights from Paul McGinley Field.
all the Tigers. Goal by Kelsey Falcone.
We'd like to thank Trinity University for hosting us on campus today. Thank you to all the athletes, staff, administrators. As you can just hear behind us as the action's picking up. Thank you again to everybody from Trinity University.
And we'll be at University of Dallas campus tomorrow, so come find us.